Hey Wargamers, welcome back to the channel, Death from Above Wargaming. I'm Aaron.
I'm Dan.
And we are here with a review of Thunderhead Studio Drop Base Delta.
Industrial sector.
Industrial sector, not to be confused with any of the other sectors. There are multiple different sort of packs that you can buy.
Yeah.
We got this right off Aries Games and Minis. It was pre-printed, sent to our door in this box right here.
It is.
Everything was nicely packed in there. It came unpainted, and then Dan took it into his laboratory and airbrushed it.
Yeah, don't judge it too hard.
I think you did an amazing job. I'm very excited about these, Dan. You even painted all the little fans.
I did, yeah.
It's impressive.
Thank you.
So what we're going to do is we're going to review this kit. We're going to talk about basically how it works, how the pieces fit together, our impressions of it. We're going to compare it to the FluidWorks, kind of show you how these sets look together. Scale it with some mechs.
Yep.
We'll wrap this thing up.
Yep.
All right. So guys, stick around. We're going to give you a nice review here of Drop Base Delta from Thunderhead Studio. All right. Don't go away. And we're back. All right, so there are a lot of different pieces here in this kit, and Dan and I were talking about how we wanted to paint this thing, and we weren't really sure. It's sort of like these things are kind of like dropped out of the space, prefabbed, So he was like tempted to put some streaks on the bottom of them, atmospheric streaks, but I told him not to do that.
Well, I agree with you in the end because I'm like, if they're being held somewhere, like in a drop ship of some sort, that means they're being maintained. They're gonna repaint it.
Painting
it's not like it's just derelict sitting out in the rust and the.
Yeah.
They're using it constantly, but they're definitely maintaining it.
So there's a continuum of buildings here. These are like prefab industrial thingy dings. This one's fully closed.
Yep.
This one's half opened, and this one's fully opened.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So depending on what kit you get or what pieces you print or buy, you can get these different sort of configurations. But what I love about these pieces, and I love how you painted these, by the way, is you got the pipes on the top, right? The little fans, all the neat little details there. And then with the half open ones, I love how it's like almost like the accordion style, right?
Yeah.
The lights on the top, you did a great job with. I love that. I love the sort of the lighting effect. And we'll get all these up on the turntable for you guys so you can take a look and see. Solid construction. All right. And then the fully open one, just basically same as all the others. It's just double the sides there. And again, the sort of the accordion is very, very neat. The only thing that would make it cooler is if I could actually
close it.
If it was actually modular. Then my life would be complete. But what's cool about these, and if you guys remember the FluidWorks, which we reviewed a little while ago, the FluidWorks had these little pipe sections, right? And you could plug them into all the different little pieces. They all kind of fit together, right? You could make all sorts of neat little things with them. So similarly to the FluidWorks, they have these corridors.
Yeah. Yep.
So Dan painstakingly painted every little window. I would not have done that. No way. I would have slapped a wash in there because I'm a scumbag. But Dan did a very, very nice job. Very beautiful. Azul blue, as they say.
Yes, I think that's what actually the color is too. I don't remember.
But yeah, that's very, very cool. So anyway, so these little hallways, the little tiny ones, plug right into the habs. Now I believe does it plug into? Oh yeah, it plugs into all of them. Look at that.
Yeah. Each building has two hab plugs that come out. Only on one side though. The other side, it just has like
that's
lifting.
why I didn't. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two per hab.
Yes.
All right. And so, but wait a minute. Oh yeah, this one also only has
the only one that I think this one only has one.
That one
so
has
the
generator thing.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what this is. The generator building only has one coming out.
So these are super cool because they're elevated, number one, which I love. And, very very lunar, and then you can kind of like plug the buildings together. So if you're in a hostile environment, or just want a nice convenient skyway, you know how much we love skyways.
We do love our skyways.
We love our skyways. You can connect them that way. Now, there's also these bad boys.
Yes, I was
All right.
about to play around with.
Dan's already playing. Dan's already building his.
With it.
So these are like bigger hallways. So you could mate them right up to one of the hab complexes if you so desire, or you could plug them into one of these little hallways, right, and sort of make like a central thingamajon, however you want to do it. Really cool.
Yeah.
But they have 3-way intersections.
Yep.
All right.
Which is what I just did right here with 3-way. It's got the one way coming out, 3-way. Yeah.
Oh, wow, dude.
I've been playing around with them for a little while.
They can do all sorts of cool stuff.
They do, yeah. You can definitely have a very intricate setup with these guys. And they give you a lot in that one box.
It's a ton.
Yeah.
I think it was like $50 if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to go back and look. So the other piece that came in this industrial sector is this generator piece.
Yes.
All right. So it's got this huge like plasma, I imagine it like rotating.
Which if you look at it, it actually looks like it comes out the side of it because it's got the brackets there.
Oh, that is very cool.
And then,
it's like a modular thing they like snap in.
Yeah, and then if you look at this guy, this building too also comes from the inside.
I love that.
And then this, it looks like this, I guess, gets dropped separately because there's another connector because there's double connectors, but they don't actually,
That is so cool, dude.
It's a very intricate design that they did.
Oh,
there's a lot of
I see.
Yeah, there's a lot of coolness to it.
And look at the little doors.
Yes.
Really well done.
Yeah.
Love the paint that you did there.
Thank you.
Did you do that with an airbrush or a brush?
For the doors, the brush. Everything, like for the base of it, it's airbrush, but for everything else, it's pretty much brush.
This is really cool. Yeah, there's just an absolute ton of detail in here. I love how you did. Dude, no wonder it took you so long to do this. You did every little freaking like lattice, with the gray, like really, really cool. Now, did you watch? So tell us about the painting process. What did you do here?
Mostly, it's for the base. I did black on the bottom, and then I did a really dark maroon for the undercoat basically for shading. And then I did layers of red. I forget the color red that I used, but then I just added orange to it to kind of bring it up to where it is the top layer. That's the base, and then the lights themselves, I just dry brush those for the most part.
Interesting.
And then everything else is just hard painted.
Yeah.
With I think most of it's Necron bone or something like that from Army Painter.
Okay.
For the dark.
There's no way they have Necron bone.
I don't remember what it was. It's Necron something.
Robot skeleton bone.
It's Necron something.
All of the Army Painter paints, they use like off-brand names because they can't call anything like by 40K colors. It's like Absolution Green.
But it wasn't the Gen 2. It was the Gen 1 paints that I've been using. So to give people reference there.
I haven't used the Gen 2, like I use the Gen 2 speed paints, but not the Gen 2 regular paints. They're supposed to have better coverage.
I have not used.
I don't even know if they're out yet. I don't keep up with these things. I just run the channel.
I have my paints that I have. I'll use them until they're gone, then I'll buy new ones.
Yeah.
But
so let's talk about the impressions of the set in general, right? We talked about the detail, and I've complimented Thunderhead on this before. Like there is clearly a lot of thought put into these, and these are designed for 6mm Wargaming.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, honestly, I could have spent even more time with all the little detail to kind of like really get into it if I was trying to go for a golden demon.
You wanted to be a masochist.
Yeah, if I was going for the golden demon, there's a lot that you can put into this because there's a lot of little tiny detail.
Right, like look at these exhaust vents.
Which I didn't. I was like, I could, but
they look good enough though.
I know, but I was thinking about highlighting them and making them so they were also
like glowing.
Yeah, glowing out. But I was like, no,
radiation.
I need to get it done.
Yeah.
So I didn't go that in depth, but no, I totally agree with you. There is a lot of detail they put in with the doors, the windows, the vents, the fans, just the generators themselves, and then the legs themselves. So if you're looking, these are where the legs are closed, and then when they're actually distend, they actually deploy the hold. Yeah.
Oh,
so I
was like, super cool.
And you don't notice it right away until you're like actually painting it. It's like, that's what that those are.
I would not have put 2 and 2 together. My immersion has just increased, Dan. So one of the things that I appreciated about the FluidWorks was that it's almost scale agnostic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I could throw these down on a Necromunda table and you wouldn't know the difference.
Yes. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which is cool. Now these are very clearly 6mm.
Yeah.
The question is, do they go together?
I mean, paint-wise, no.
Paint-wise, no.
But I think if they were in the same paint scheme, oh, absolutely, they would.
I think so too.
Yeah, they would definitely.
I mean, you can see like the pipes. I mean, there's definitely a pattern here with this stuff, which I also appreciate. But I definitely think that there is.
Oh yeah,
synergy
definitely synergy between their prints.
Yeah. Very, very cool. And you know, the scaling again is just so good on these. I mean, I like these for like the industrial sort of thing, but I got to tell you, like, I think my new favorite set might be this.
And they look very military. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Even though they're industrial.
Yeah.
But they definitely look base-like, you know, military bases.
Yeah.
It's like if you're driving down the road and you see that one like all concrete building, you're just like, what are the Ruskies doing down there?
Oh my God. So, I mean, from a mech perspective, these are not the long. I mean, how do you think a longbow climbs up buildings? He's like, guys,
without jump jets, awkwardly.
Yeah, he doesn't. But I think they're very good. Like a little mech, like it's getting a lot of cover.
Yeah,
I mean, almost everything's getting full cover behind these buildings, unless you're maybe an Atlas and your head's peeking over. But even still, by most cover rules, like you're not going to be able to shoot anything. So I love that. And these are, you know, excellent height for partial cover.
Yeah.
You know, so that Marauder can claim 50% hull down.
Oh, that's still debatable to me.
Yeah. Well, if you're Tom, no one has cover unless it's your own mech.
To me, only my mechs have cover.
Yeah.
Everybody else doesn't.
I'm thrilled. Good, I would highly recommend this. Now, I will say this. We may also be getting a set from Hextech.
Okay.
So these are coming out in Hextech. I believe they're going to be pre-painted.
Okay.
Depending on the timing, we may release these like on the same day, near each other. Yeah, but as of right now, I do not have the Hextech one. It's not out yet. We actually bought this set prior to the announcement. Yeah, that's typical of my life. But that's okay because, you know, I like the color here. Dan and I were looking at our terrain collection. We really don't have anything in this brilliant orangey color, and I'm very thrilled.
Yeah, Aaron definitely threw out the make them red.
I was like, Dan, what's the most complicated color? Do that.
White would have been the most complicated.
Yeah, white's awful to paint with.
Red was challenging. It definitely had its challenges.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks great.
Trying to maintain that brightness, it's not easy.
So there are a ton of different Thunderhead sets out there. You know, we've showcased the Aeroplex. We've added that to our collection. We did some battle reports with that. The FluidWorks you've seen a bunch of times. Now we've got drop-based Delta, and there are more on the way as well.
Yeah,
I can't speak highly enough about Thunderhead Studio. At the beginning of the year, Chris and I got on a phone call. We were talking about, you know, getting the terrain on the channel. Best decision of my life.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best decision of my life, but it was a pretty good one. I mean, I hope my kids aren't watching this, or my wife. I'm gonna be in big trouble.
Yeah, you will.
Oh my God!
Don't worry, they don't know what we actually do down there.
No idea.
Why are these people constantly coming over your house?
God love her. But yeah, it was a great decision because I think this stuff really has elevated the terrain. And, you know, listen, you don't have to be a diehard and pick only one. I mean, there's a lot of great terrain companies out there. Obviously, we love stuff from Terrainify. Hardware Studios has got a great collection as well. And I know Chris and Dale talk a lot. All this stuff kind of goes together.
Yes, yeah.
And it really does bring BattleTech to life.
Yes, I agree. That's what I was literally about to say, the same thing.
Yeah. All right, well, that's all I've got on this. Dan, closing thoughts. I mean, you spent so much time with this terrain. Tell us how you feel inside.
The big mechs or the big buildings, they were fun to paint. These are fun to paint. These little guys are a nightmare. They're not really that bad. There's just so many of them. Yeah. And if you get bored easily, like I have ADD, So I get bored of doing the same repetitious thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So that was like one of those. I would probably paint for like an hour, get what the direction I was going. Like, all right, I'm getting everything that's gray, and then I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna go watch TV.
Lord of the Rings for the 75th time.
For 20 minutes or so, and then I'll come back to it. Yeah. That was kind of, to me. I mean, if you're into just hammering down and going, hey, power to you. But
well, Dan had a great idea he mentioned, which was before painting these, like the straightaways, like glue 2 or 3 of them together.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, like Elmer's glue, or like if you want to separate it.
Right, you get so many of them. I mean, there's no reason not to just have a bunch of them in a row.
Yeah,
I think. You could leave a couple of them, a couple singles, but even with the pipes, I think that was a great idea. If I would have thought of it, I think it's brilliant. So that's a pretty good idea. It's a great idea, Dan.
And it's a Skyway, man. I love Skyways. I can play with these all day, dude.
Campus D. Yeah. This is Campus D. Campus D as in Dan, as in drop-based Delta.
What? Whoa! I don't think what you did that.
I can't believe that just happened. All right. Well, listen. That's all I got. One closing thing I will say.
Yeah.
When I was talking to Chris in the beginning of the year, he always sort of commented on how his terrain was designed for the game room. By that he meant like you can throw the stuff in a bag, you can bring it to the game store. You don't have to worry about little pieces breaking off. I mean, they're pretty. Yeah. They're sturdy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you put a nice paint job on them. That's great. Throw some sealer on it or whatever. Like it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Stuff's not going to break. You don't have to be delicate with it.
You honestly don't even need to go
pick them up, throw them in a bag.
This detailed. I mean, you could literally just throw like a top paint on it and just dry brush it and then call it a day.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you really wanted to.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing is you don't need to go crazy with these.
Yeah.
I think there's enough detail in there, 2 or 3 colors, you're done.
Yeah.
I agree with you. It's an excellent point, sir. I mean, even like you said, one color, a dry brush and like a dark wash and like maybe a couple little details.
Yeah.
You can also like speed paint the windows.
Or just leave them as not windows.
Right. Don't even leave them as like they're one way. It's one-way glass.
I mean, if you look at the box art, those aren't even windows.
Let's see. I have the
if
box.
I remember correctly.
I have the box.
If I remember correctly. I don't think they paint them as windows.
Let's see, Dan.
See what I mean?
Oh my God.
Yeah, they just left them. I was like, those definitely are windows.
Those are windows.
Yeah.
Or are they?
I mean, now I question everything.
Now you question everything. Because like these could be windows too. How come you don't paint these as all skylights, Dan?
It's a very good question, Aaron. We'll have to address that next time.
We'll have to visit that off camera. Like I go missing. Man goes missing after filming review video with his friends. Authorities are stumped.
This won't be evidence.
Too good. But I love, and it's a great point. It's like your creative genius can come like to light however you want. Like you want it to be a window, paint it's a window.
It's
you
a
want
window,
it to be a panel, it's not. I mean, I actually didn't even notice until we were joking about it. Like these look perfect and these look great.
Yeah.
However you want to do it, guys.
However you want to do it. The world is your oyster.
Yeah. Or drop-based Delta is your oyster.
There you go.
All right.
Boom.
Well, listen, we're wrapping this one up. This was a little quickie for you, hopefully to give you a little injection of terrain in your life. But again, you can get these over at Aries Games and Minis. That is my #1 stop for all things BattleTech, Dan. Did you know that?
I did.
You knew it.
I did.
Everybody knows it. I love it because you can get this stuff, you can get this stuff, you can get the dice, you can get the books, you can get whatever you want over there. Decals, paints, all the things. So Aries Games and Minis, excellent prices, fast shipping, excellent customer service. And if you want to get more involved in the channel, #1, subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Let us know what you think about Dan's amazing paint job and also this phenomenal terrain from Thunderhead Studio. But if you want to do more than that, you can head on over to Patreon. It's as little as $1 a month.
It's not a lot of places that are just $1.
No, there's no places.
You can't even buy groceries for $1.
Dude, I can't buy anything for $1. I actually think I should probably check. I'm probably losing money on Patreon.
Probably.
On like the $1 tier. I probably need to ratchet that up. $1.50 is all it takes to get. It is now. As of now.
Yeah.
As of filming.
I mean, there is inflation or something, right?
Yeah.
There's only limited spots too, so there's not. It's unlimited.
It's unlimited.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to drive sales at this point. You get it on polls. You can vote on the direction of the channel. You get sneak peeks. And if you're in the elite tier, you get behind the scenes action, all the intel on what's coming next. So there's all kinds of different tiers.
Yeah.
Not these kinds of tiers, but like these kinds
There
of tiers.
can be. We can make that happen. We can make a tier that has tiers.
If I go missing, this is on film now. If I go missing, you know what happened.
I'm not a violent man.
He's not.
Yeah.
Only when it comes to his airbrushing. Man found dead with airbrush jammed down his throat. All right, we're done. We're done being crazy. Get yourself drop-based Delta. Whether you get a Hex Tech version, whether you get the 3D printed version, they're all phenomenal. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And of course, stay tuned. Always great stuff coming from Death from Above Wargaming. Have a good night.